Like Ryan's coming over. We're gonna have a full house up here. I don't know. He said he was coming over. All right, here we go. Hopefully it pops on here in just a moment. But that's not the one I want. I want the other one. Hit that, and that should be the one. No? Still not coming on? Says I'm live for 37 seconds.
Oh, here we go.
And here we go.
Yep.
And we're up. And we're ready to rock and roll. All right. Well, after some minor technical difficulties, I'll chalk it up to the 2-week layoff without any games and traveling in too many time zones. But we're ready to hit the ice again. -1 as Evan Mahalik's still sitting on the bench doing a little recuperation rehab from that kneecap dislocation a couple of weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks ago. So he's making good progress and hopefully getting himself back out on the ice this next week to skate. And then we'll see where we are for New Jersey. But Hawks are ready to drop the puck here with the Lafayette Locomotive. And we'll open up quickly with Sexton playing out with Cardenas and B-Rob. So Nate Cardenas jumping in Evan's spot as immediately that's tapped on and thrown in the zone, quickly covered by the Locomotive netminder, who is obviously new to us, right? After years, a couple years of playing the young goalie out of, she's in Canada playing probably girls hockey, be my guess. She was at that age where she had to make that change to start playing with the girls because she was just too good not to find her way in that level of play. And so now we have a little bit of a shakeup, a little change with the Locomotive, but it ought to be a pretty spirited contest here. And where it's important is because these are the two teams battling out of the state of Colorado for a seat at Nationals in March, as we'll have to go through the Locomotive to get to Nationals and qualify. As in past years, a lot of times we were the only 18U team and consequently had an automatic kind of bye in the Nationals. Won't be the case this year, as Heersink jumps up in the play, tries to find Ripley. Ripley in the skates, regains control. And we'll look over, quick shot, short side wide, off the stick of Oxenrider. And then backboard rebound comes right into the glove of the netminder.
Let's start the clock.
We can do that too. And you can always change it manually. Keep everybody informed. So here we are, 15:59 of the first period. Hawks with the offensive zone face-off, won by the Locomotive, chipped at but not out as Ripley keeps it in. He battles with Fabrizio at the point to keep it in as well. Locomotive peel it loose but not out. Taken by Oxenrider. He wheels back on the far side, finds room at the point. Fabrizio's shot deflects off a skate, ends up on the stick of Pollen. Ripley will go cross-centering pass, looking there for Oxy. This line was incredibly impressive with Missick, Oxenrider, and Ripley as well during that weekend back in Philly earlier, or at the tail end of October. Quickly right back in, Ripley jumps ahead, puck in behind the net, reverses, taken away by the Locomotive. They're going to try and board it up, but not out. Goes off a stick, now tap free, and we got numbers. Little 3-on-1 developing. Pass goes wide. Locomotive can't control. Hawks regroup. Missick pulls it free. He'll jump ahead, get that deep, and go for his change wisely. Ashhalter comes out, forces a turnover onto the stick of Carmichael. Carm's cut front shot, score! Carmichael, fresh on the ice, gives Blake Bell a quick 1-0 lead here at 14:49 of the period. Just tap on the number, and you can actually change it and edit it up. So here we go. Hawks 1-0. Thank you to the courtesy of Ryan Carmichael. And Carmichael's line wins a faceoff, comes back onto the stick of Carter Ray. He'll play that ahead. Gets in deep, wheeling behind. Locomotive look for a breakout, goes off the boards. Backing off was Ray. That gives room for the puck to come near side Schmidt, but taken away by Taylor. Taylor battles with Schmidt. Schmidt gets it low for the Locomotive. Ray will cycle far side, but it's out of the reach of the Hawks, but also out of the zone. That gets flipped right back in. Comes in on Bell. He will play it off to the near side. Taylor. Pass up, goes off of the stick of Ashhalder. Dump right back in. As the Locomotive want to keep pucks deep. Carter Ray backhands this near side Taylor. Taylor sees the stretch through the middle. Picked up, taken in on. Wide side right. Now cross, centering pass doesn't get off the stick of Spohn. And the Locomotive work it free. Good job by Taylor stepping up. Or Heersink, excuse me, just a quick change. Heersink's now on the ice. Reversal down low by Sexton. He'll pull up, tries to go across for Sinks, but it gets deflected up out of the zone. Heersink back at his own blue line to regroup for the Hawks. Hawks work through the middle. Heersink on the rush. He drives right, gains the zone, will carry it down low, swept aside, but right onto the stick of B-Rob and right into the belly of the netminder for a whistle at 13:28. With the Hawks leading 1-0. Early, nice little rush. I mean, that was right off the face-off, or right off the change, excuse me, and Carmichael gets the goal. Put the Hawks up 1-0 early. Locomotive trying to kind of feel things out here. They've got some new players for sure and a little bit of change in their lineup compared to last year's team. Their standout forward has moved on to Regina in the WHL. Not sure how things are going for him there, but he's not here. And that's one less talented player for the Locomotive, along with a couple others. As we were talking at dinner that there's a number of players that did not return, might have shifted over to high school hockey or whatnot during this offseason. So here come the Locomotive through the neutral zone, pushed aside onto the stick of Ripley. Ripley swings wide, taps it back down low for Missick, right back to Rips on the half board. Throws it off the side of the net, in behind. Locomotive D picks that up. Trying to break forward. Good poke check. Taken away. Tossed towards the net. Deflected by Ripley. Goes off a glove and wide on the near side. Quick backhand. Looking for Ripley. What a feed from Missick. Couldn't quite find it on the stick. And that gets through, and we got the man cutting. Quick shot. Turned aside by Bell on the near side. As LHA with a little chip right into Missick's backside and sends him into the bench. Puck's all the way down to the offensive zone for the Hawks. Ripley battling there. Puck comes ahead, stepping across the red line, but thrown right back in by the Hawks. Dumped in deep and behind. They'll get a quick change. Puck through the middle. Tapped off a stick, comes all the way down. Slowed up by Bell behind his crease. Played off to the near side by Pollen. Fabrizio backhands that one ahead. Carmichael on it. He'll jump. Carms bangs that off the boards down deep. He'll come in on the forecheck. Rides the D-man in. Good support there on the puck by Spohn. He'll pull it loose. Spohn, quick toe drag, gets back in behind the net. Works the far side corner. Finds room at the point. Gets that right back from Ray, but he's on the backhand. He has to come across. Ray down the middle. Good move. Shot. Flips up off the top of the net. Loose in front. And it gets swept away by the D. That went on top of the net and then came back out. Hawks continuing to keep pressure. Will Pollen feeds it off to the far side. Sorry, I know with the technical difficulties. I'm glad everybody's slowly finding the feed. Mom and Dad, hello to you. Cleve, I hope you were able to find it. As Sexton takes it in, works down in the far corner. Now cross-ice pass comes up and out of the zone as Taylor is backtracking just a little. That throws in off the skates of Sexton. It works for the dump in. Hawks able to keep it in the zone. Robinson chipped up off a stick, comes off to the near side boards. That's where Robbie continues to keep pressure. Taylor shot wide, goes all the way around, unable to keep it in on the far side. Hawks have to regroup at their own blue line. Smart play by Sexton to wheel. Now come near side. Down the boards, holds the man off, now taps it loose. Robertson can't quite find it. Ends up on a Locomotive stick. Quickly dumped back in by Ray. Puck in behind, deep, played out to the far side boards, flipped up and out to center ice, goes off the stick. Locomotive trying to get a break. He had the puck. Taylor sweeps that away with the stick, and yet somehow gets a tripping call when Pierce was behind the play there. Don't really love that call at all because he got the puck and Pierce stepped into his stick blade across his leg and goes down. That is initiated by the man who's away from the puck, not on the puck, so I don't agree with that call. But the Hawks go short regardless at 9:49, shorthanded, leading 1-0. Penalty killers come out for the Hawks, as we'll have Oxenrider out with Missick. Here's Sink and Ostad on the back end. Oxy's faceoff comes near side, Sinks. He'll work that down in the corner, tries to tie it up with the skate and does. Kicked loose, though, by the Locomotive. They play it all the way around and do a nice clear to help the Hawks out as that goes all the way down to the netminder on the far end. Quick jump there by Missick forces them to turn it over. Oxenrider up on the forecheck. Locomotive unable to get set up, trying to find their way out of their zone. They bring it across through the middle. Pierce, number 8, somebody you got to watch. Good tie up on the near side by Missick. Knocked loose, and here's a chance to break for Heersink. Short-handed, Heersink swings wide. He's got Oxy with him. Smartly plays it back, sends that far side. Hawks can clear it all the way down. And we get a whistle and too many men. As we're going to stoppage at 8:57, 108 of the penalty kill for the Hawks, and I think we got too many men. Or is he, what was he calling?
All I saw was one.
Interference call. Petrovic goes to the box for interference. That might have been up top here, holding up Oxy as he was trying to jump up in the play. So that might have been Oxy that drew that call. As Oxenrider sees Petrovic go to the box, that'll level things out at 4-on-4 for 1:08. And then the Hawks will have a 52-second power play. But 4-on-4 hockey, a little bit open ice for the skill of the Hawks. Here at 8:57, leading 1-0. If they can get the penalty up on the board. I don't know. Clock worker doesn't even look like he's... Oh, yeah, they're working at it. And there we go. The struggle is real. Puck taken out of the zone by the Locomotive, but picked off and taken away by Sexton. He'll wait, fake the pull-up, drops it back for Heersink at the point. He'll go D to D far side. Pollen, cross-ice pass, finds a shot and score! What a look from Pollen! Carmichael gets his second. And Ryan Carmichael, the human highlight reel, puts in a second one. Courtesy of Will Pollen with a beautiful cross-ice pass. And the Hawks get one 4-on-4. Everyone stays in the box. And that's an even strength goal and a 2-0 lead for the Hawks. Harms has his 6-shooter going tonight. As the Hawks win the faceoff. Played back to Ripley on the near side. Still 4-on-4 hockey for another 46 seconds. Will Pollen will drive it up ice. Gets off the stick there of Rips. He controls. Tapped loose, but bodied off. Nice defensive position from the Locomotive. But chipped around the near boards. Fabrizio keeps it in by coming down. Locomotive have to regroup. They'll go hard off the far side board. Pollen steps up. Man gets around. Good job by Pollen. Just tapped the stick. Slowed the player up. Did not trip him with the stick. Ripley will dump it in deep. In on the forecheck. Hawks get to the near side. Spone came on with Ripley. Fabrizio finds Rips. Rips goes across up high. Puck gets deflected off a stick. Hawks now on the power play for 50 seconds. Whoa, little turnover. Good forecheck pressure. Dump back in. Locomotive slow things up, kill some time. Hawks down to 40 seconds. Probably one good rush. Tap off for Sexton. He walks the middle. Hawks continue to get the full change. Heersink now on. Robertson comes on. 29 seconds left. That gets knocked off the stick of Sexton as he comes back to play. Gets set up, 20 seconds. You got one little look, and that look goes off a stick, comes near side wide. Unable to clear, though, are the Locomotive. They'll reverse and probably go far side. Sexton's got to push up. Kept in, 7 seconds. B-Rob taps down, kicked off the skate. Nobody home as Locomotive clear that out. Hawks never got set up in that 50 seconds of power play. We're back to even strength hockey. A little defensive play by Bell, ties the man up just enough. But Hawks turn one over, thrown back out. Quick shot comes, save made by Bell off the blocker. Wrap around near side, no, Bell is there. Put on the post and now out for Ripley, who can break it ahead and float that in. Glove down and controlled by the Locomotive in the defensive zone, so no hand pass there. We had a lot of men on the ice, a lot of men in black. That's okay in the movies, but that's not good on the ice, as Ash Halder is going to find himself in the box for 2 minutes for too many men. And the ref is now taking some interest in gear as well, and I don't know what that's doing, something, but Hawks with too many men. I'm not sure why he didn't do this, but he put up a 6. Might have been 7, could have been 8. Either way, Hawks are shorthanded again at 6:22. So special teams is rolling as the Hawks flip that all the way down ice. And a little bit of forecheck pressure here is good poke check there by Oxenrider. Slows the man up. They regroup at the blue line, come across ice. That should be a quick clear, and it is. That's offsides, dude. Come on. That's so bad. You're standing right there. Locomotive find it back in their own end. Puck comes all the way down on the near side. Pierce, talented player, good skater. He works all the way around. Now come off to the near side. LHA fires off the mask of Bell. Shakes that one off. Now trying to come out front. Bell finds it and covers. And we'll get a whistle at 5:34. Minute 13 left on the penalty for the Hawks. Too many men served by Ash Halder, number 8. Thank you, Ash. And as our good friend Cleve Holmes would tell you, penalty on the Hawks is a shorthanded scoring opportunity. I don't think that one stung Blakey too much.
He just needed to gather himself.
Yep. Face-off win for the Hawks here. Sink rims it around the board, but kept in at the point. LeChuck goes far side, back up high. That should come down across near side. Fires low, pad save made. Bell seeing it all the way. Carmichael, good job in the corner, 1-on-2. That comes loose. Quick clear? No, good stick. And then a tripping call is going to go on Carms. And we're going to be 5-on-3 for 49 seconds. Carmichael shakes his head in disgust and heads to join his good friend Ash Halder in the box as things are getting busy on the Hawks penalty side. Don't need to give this team a chance to get even or close to even. So big kill here, 5-on-3. Sexton come and take the draw against Fall Harbor. Back at the point. LeChuck goes far side. Back off, LeChuck near side. Shot, save made. It's up in the air, Bell. Woo! What a glove from Bell, reaching back. Woo! That was up over the shoulder, and he reaches back. Pulls the puck out of danger. Gives a little shrug. Says, ain't no thing but a chicken wing. And we'll go to a face-off on the far side. Does that look like that was headed in? Wow. Face-off win. Locomotive trying to work their second power play opportunity. Shot knocked down. Great save by Bell, diving out. Puck is thrown out front. Another save by Bell. Another save by Bell. Ridiculous in the crease. And he's got no glove. Blow the whistle.
This is fucking chaos.
Chaos in front of the net. And the one person that's seen it all is one Blake Bell. Absolutely ridiculous in the pipes. He made 3 ridiculous saves right there, sprawled out. That's fun to watch. Hawks still got another 16 seconds of 5-on-3. And anytime you have a 5-on-3 shorthanded, you are reliant on your goalie to do something special. And Blake Bell delivers as the Hawks will see the 5-on-3 evaporate. And now a minute 10 of 5-on-4 that's going to feel like nothing compared to what they just went through. Stick from Missick, picks that off. He'll skate back, take a little extra time off the clock there, Mr. Missick. Clear it all the way down, Fabrizio. Oh, he fans on it. But it's out loose. Up high, shot towards the net, save May. Shot towards the net, save May. Stick is down. Checked that by Lamson, but cleared out by the Hawks. As Bell's doing it all right here in this PK session. 35 seconds left. Thrown out front, shot, save off the mask of Bell. Thrown back up high, shot in low, knocked free. Hawks work it out. 15 seconds left on the power play for the Locomotive, and a nice play by Oxy to get it out of the zone, taking the body. Hawks, here it comes. Oh, just out of the reach. Broken stick, Oxenreiter. Use one of Evans. He's not using them. Puck comes loose off the stick of the Locomotive in deep. Back to even strength for Fabrizio. Feeds that off far side, B-Rob. B-Rob goes through everyone on the near side, hits a man. Cardenas will dump it in deep. Sexton out of his reach. B-Rob will have to pick it up on the far side. Puck through the middle. Locomotive slowed up. He steps on a stick that was knocked free. A lot of hardware going down. Whole lot of fire sales happening with equipment here. Sexton brings it on. Now a shot. Swallowed up by the netminder. At 2:36. Blakey Bell, unbelievable. Hawks still lead 2-0. That was quite a sequence. Anybody who wants to go back and rewind that, that is some superb goaltending to watch right there, as he made a number of ridiculous saves that all of which would have been goals, without question. The Hawks will maintain a 2-0 lead. Carmichael, fresh out of the box, should be ready to roll. Puck is down. Locomotive come around to the near side. Kept in by Taylor. Tapped off the stick. Locomotive able to control, get it out to neutral zone ice. Cutting across the middle, offsides, and he doesn't catch it again. And it gets thrown in deep. Now he says it, and the Hawks are able to get the puck free. Thrown in off the stick of the netminder. Spohn comes down, pulls it loose. Tyson, room to walk, fires. Oh, off the netminder, not behind. Towards the front, that deflection, can't quite find the stick or the shot for Halder. But Hawks able to quickly get it right back in the zone. Dumped in off the far side D by Ray. Good step up to keep it in by Taylor. Hawks not there. Ray comes down, watches that chipped over his stick. Hawks will flip that in deep off the stick of Spohn. And puck goes far side. Ray loses his angle. Short side shot. Bell watches that whistle wide. Pierce, look out, cutting, firing. Turn aside by Bell. Think he got a piece of that. Blown tire for Missick, but the loose puck comes back to him. He chips it up and out. Big pressure coming from the Locomotive. Fallhaber, bodied up, it comes through the check. He'll wrap around on the far side, tries to go to the point, tipped aside by Ripley and out. Ripley's going to jump it. Can Ripley get there? No. Caught in a change, stretched back for Pierce. Pierce hands it off, tapped loose by the Hawks. Near side battle. Good flip out by Ray. Had to get that clear as the Hawks were a little helter-skelter there. Pierce all the way back. As you can see, the Locomotive getting some jump after that 5-on-3 opportunity. Basically 3 power play chances, multiple looks. They're finding their legs. Hawks, though, Missick unable to get there. Didn't see the backhanded pass coming out from from Hearsing, and it goes down for icing and a whistle at 32 seconds of the period. Hawks leading 2-0. Yeah, you don't want to slow down or ease up on the gas pedal on this Locomotive squad.
Yeah.
They got enough players that can skate.
Yeah, right. They got that 4-foot fire burning now.
Face off, flipped up in the air and gloved down by the Locomotive center ice. That's going to be a hand pass. Or not, depending on what you'd like to do as a ref. Maybe do less. Less is more sometimes. We are definitely seeing less. Flip through the middle. LHA has it. He plays a nice play off. Shot, save made by Bell out on his angle. Thrown back through the middle. Goes off a Sexton skate. Flip back down low. LHA, short side shot wide. Action on the far side. B-Rob bodies him up. Gets it loose for Hearsing. And time expires on the first period. I've never understood at the 18 level why you would want to have a 2-man crew, but it's what we faced the majority of this year.
Oh, that's all we want.
And you just can't. I mean, in deference to them, it's a hard, fast game to cover as 2 men, and I'm easy standing up here calling out all the misses. I mean, I can stand up here all day and recognize where things go awry, but a lot of it is just stemming from lack of manpower, and I'm sure it's because we don't have enough refs in the system to cover all the games.
Yeah, like you said, lack of manpower. That's all.
Yeah. So here we go. Maybe we'll get some color commentary. I don't know. Go to edit properties.
Oh, period.
Delete 2. And we're good.
Out of practice.
It's okay.
Out of practice.
Dude, I would be struggling up here alone if it wasn't for you. So you are not going to hear me complaining. So here we go. Ryan Jones jumped in the box. I think we were supposed to have a box monitor. So our penalty box monitor has covered it. I had you. Here we go. Hey, long changes here in the second. Hawks, I think, want to get more in the offensive flow and pressure. I felt like the latter, probably due to the short-handed situations, but also after that even, I felt like the Locomotive had the offensive zone jump compared to us. So I'd like us to get back at it here to start the second, get some offensive zone pressure, try and add on to that lead at 2-0. But no complaints with a solid first period from the Hawks and some good penalty killing, courtesy of Blake Bell. So here we go. Oxen, Ryder, Missick, and Ripley right back out. Try to get it going. And they'll wave things off, and Fallhaber gets tossed out. Oxen Riders face off. Briefly held there by Ripley, but chopped at by the Locomotive, and they got a 2-on-1. Look out for the pass back to Pierce. Short side shot. Save made by Bell. And the net's off its moorings. Read that perfectly as Blake knew he was going to go to that far glove side. He had the glove ready. Sniffed that out. But D-Man made a jump for the puck and got blown by. Next thing you know, it was a 2-on-1. We don't want to give many more of those up. Faceoff comes back to the point. Shot deflects off the leg. Flip back ahead. Locomotive putting pressure on Hawks. Fabrizio. Loose. Turned over. Stays in the zone. Hawks getting a little sloppy. Good job pass ahead. Oh, steps on it with a skate as Ripley. Got a nice headman pass there from Oxenrider. Pierce, though, fleet feet, carries it in off sides with a slight Little shimmy at the blue line, caught his man breaking, and the offsides will lead to a whistle and a face-off outside the Hawks blue line. Almost little nice headman tap pass there to Ripley, but it got under the skate and he was standing on it, and you knew he was going down the second that happened. Face-off down, won by the Hawks. Ray goes far side, tipped off the skate but not controlled. Good job stepping up to keep it in by Nate Cardenas. Cardenas comes off to the near side. Loops high at the point, chopped and kept in. Quick shot by Robertson. Waits, looks to go out front, nobody home. Quick shot far side, what a save made. Kick out by the Locomotive netminder. Now there's one out front. Robertson didn't quite slide. Now what I'd like to see is a little bit of lateral movement without the puck. Put himself into a scoring position. Pass goes across, deflects off the leg of Carter Ray, goes in behind. Hawks with a little bit more offensive zone time. Good step through by Sexton, bodies the man off the puck. Puck batted out to center ice, flipped in by the Locomotive as they'll go for a change. Hawks looking for a stretch, turned over though. Look out as he fires, short side high, comes all the way around and out. Spone is there. Spone though sees Lamson take it away, and Lamson sends it back up ice. Hawks at their own blue line. Chip that one in, but unable to control. Offsides on the far side on Ash Halder. So Hawks just a little sloppy with the puck. Locomotive trying to take advantage, but it stays 2-0. 15:03 here of the second period. But Hawks need to get to their game, start getting some puck possession in the offensive zone, get on the cycle here. Carmichael's face-off comes back to the point. D-man carrying on as Heersink. Heersink reverses back, now backhands it off the man's skate, thrown down low, deflected on wide by Halder. Like that deflection by Ash there. Just a little wide of the netminder's glove. Good step-up pressure by Spone. Off for Halder, tried to center, knocked off a leg as he was looking for Carmichael. Carmichael steps up, sees the puck knocked through, kept in by Spone and Halder, but controlled by Lamson for the Locomotive as he gets it up and out. Good job by the Hawks, though, battling for pucks. Stepping in, Heersink, drag shot off a stick and up into the screen and beyond and out of play. .23 here, the second period. Hawks leading 2-0, courtesy of Ryan Carmichael. 2 even strength goals, 1 5-on-5, 1 4-on-4 in the first period. Face-off won by the Locomotive. Good read coming around by Will Paulin as he comes down. Slips wide, but just couldn't quite control the puck. Goes on to the far side boards. Locomotive want to reverse, come back near side. Hawks covering at the point, but Missick loses an edge. Pierce slides up, centering pass. Net knocked off. That should come out of the zone unless they think Paulin knocked him into the net. It looks like we'll just get a face-off in the offensive zone. It looked like he skated right in the corner post, but... And yes, they will keep it in. No, take it out. Good. I thought that was the right call. And we'll get a face-off outside the Hawks blue line at 14 minutes of the period. Face-off won by the Locomotive. Tap 3, though, and a nice stick there by the Hawks. Drag move through the middle. Quick shot. No, couldn't finish it off. Body's down. Missick takes a little chop, but he got tripped down as he was coming through the middle looking for that shot. Got one off. Pad save made by the netminder for the Locomotive. But Evan, good job driving the net by Missick there. 13:50 here, second period. Sexton's faceoff comes back to the point. Holland has it, tries to snap a shot off, deflects up into the glove of the netminder and held. B-Rob chuckling, just standing in front saying, go ahead, drop it. Play it. No, we think not. And we'll take a face-off here on the near side dot. Nate will switch sides with B-Rob as Sexton's faceoff gets thrown back by the Locomotive, picked off by Cardenas, finds Sexton with a little bit of room. Centering pass, B-Rob fires, save, glove down, covered up by the netminder. Nice little set play, and B-Rob circled out and came right down the slot. Beautiful feed from Sexton, and a nice save made by the netminder to keep it 2-0. Sexton's faceoff. Messman gets it off to the far side, LHA. LHA fights through one, tapped off by Cardenas, the turnover forced. Hawks now on the near side, Sexton. He was just a bit offside. Got to carry, remember you can have that foot in the air. Jumping the face-off is Robertson, so that'll get Sexton thrown out. Cardenas will take the draw. Nate's face-off in the skates, toss loose for Sexton. He'll reverse back, then dump it deep corner. Robertson's got to get on his horse. Good job by B-Rob as he fights that loose, cuts middle, backhand down low. Good stick, though, by Messman. And now he could get around. Taylor, Hawks need to back check. Nice step across by Carter Ray to pick that off and sniff out the opportunity for the odd man rush. Carter back down in the corner. Ray gets knocked down. Support comes from Sexton. Reverses in the corner. We're going to get a penalty and a cross check going on the Locomotive. I might call that a tad soft, but we'll take it after the times we've been in the box. 12:48 here, the second. Hawks get their first power play of the contest because I really don't count those 52 seconds in the first period as we never actually set up. So maybe we can get set up on the power play here, get something going. Sexton will lead the charge. Missick and Robertson up with him. Nice clean face-off win back to Heersink. He surveys, goes far side Ripley. Ripley with a look. Pad save made by Hubbard. Right back in. Ripley fires. Missiles high, wide, and out of the zone. Heersink will have to go far side for Sexton. He pulls up, now reverses on Fallhaber. Off the stick, but controlled by Missick. Missick reverses and slides high. Finds Heersink. Heersink fakes and goes down the boards. Sexton on the far side. Sexton up high. Keep the puck moving. Back to Sexton. Short side shot. Glove by Hubbard. Smelled that the whole way. I want to see that cross-ice pass come to Missick if they're not covering it. Got to get Hubbard going side to side as he's starting to feel pretty stable there in the pipes. Same group, stay out. 1:20 left here in the power play for the Hawks. Sexton gets thrown out for being late to the dot. Ripley, in he goes and wins it right back to the point. This side, Missick, waits, goes high. Heersink. When Fallhaber's up high, you got to get that puck moved. Back up to the point, now down low. You want to work across ice. There it is. Shot, missiles high and wide. Heersink knows he had a good look. Controlled, though, by Ripley. Nice job by Rips. He'll go high side. Heersink back near side. Down the middle, thrown in. Good deflection by Robertson in front. Chopped down is Ripley. Thought he might get a call, but no. 5-on-3s only belong to the Locomotive as they flip it up and out and down ice by Pierce. Hawks will bring it through the middle on the stick of Heersink. He'll drive it in the zone. Now pull up and regroup. Set up of the Hawks here on the near side, Spone. Spone goes cross ice on the backhand for Ripley. He's got to regain control. Now Heersink near side, Spone. Two lefties up on the points. Spone walks high, fires it, goes up over the top and out to the far side. Heersink will find Rips down on the far side. Ripley walks out, slips one man out front. Oh, opportunity. That would have been one for Carms, but Carmichael stick check by Pierce. Nice job defensively. Lamson, though, goes down. It gets thrown out as a man comes out of the box. That's going to be a penalty on Heersink as holding or tripping or mugging, depending on how you want to call it. But Heersink's going to the box. And the Hawks will be shorthanded at 10:39 of the period. It was the grab. It was a hold.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Takes off back in their defensive zone for the Hawks. After the Locomotive kill one off, now the Hawks need to do the same. Face off one back. Far side Pollen down in the corner. Reverses. He gets knocked down off the puck. Locomotive gain control. Viad at the point. Loses it off his stick and comes out. He has to come back. Goes to the far side. Regrouping here. Locomotive wait. Let's see if they get some stretch space. Area pass for Viad. He goes back through the middle. Cross ice pass off a stick. Goes out to the far side boards. Back to the point. Shot from the point. Short side wide. Looking for the rebound. Cleared out. And then knocked down as Pollen after a couple of cross checks. And the refs will just say, let's give a warning. Because you're on the PK, I won't send you. But I don't want to see two chops as you clear out in front of your net. He felt like he was poking in on Bell. And I think that's why Pollen came after him. So Hawks will change it up. Carmichael will stay out with B-Rob, and we'll get Ostad and Taylor. With 1:26 left on the PK. Won by the Locomotive. They'll try near side Pierce. Pierce checked there by Robertson. Gets it back. Robertson comes out high. Pierce throws it down short side low. One-timer, though, way in behind. Went behind the net, comes back to the point. Near side half. Pierce gets it back. Tries the far side point. Carmichael shadows. Comes back to Pierce. Robertson gets up. Deflected down. Saved by Bell. Hawks have a clear. Skated up. Robertson with some room to work. He'll take his strides up. Goes in the middle. Carmichael, though, up off his nose and then down at the feet, but he couldn't control. Pierce gains the blue line and gets wide on Robertson. And he'll pull up. The Locomotive will reset with 40 seconds left in the power play. Lost puck cleared out easily by Carmichael. Should be able to get a change. So we'll get two fresh new killers out. Let's go. Get him out. Get him out. That's how a bad change can cost you at this stage in the second period with the long changes. You got to be ready to go. Flipped up in the air and in. Glove down. Chopped at by Rips, but not out. Now it comes to the near side. Thrown towards the net. Blockered away. Shot short side. Shot. No. Save made. And a goal as Bell was sprawled out. And the third effort goes home. And the Locomotive get what they need, a power play goal in a 2-1 hockey game. As the Hawks made an error there in their own end. Lack of urgency by the Hawks there on the PK. Little lackluster on getting back to pucks, not finding men. It's a 2-1 hockey game at 8:44 of the second period. Face off one back. Hayes tried to throw it ahead. Hawks control, slip it through the middle. That won't be icing. Far side, down the boards it comes. Good battle there. As Missick tries to kick it free. Gets it loose for Oxy. Oxenrider and Missick on the puck. Good job backing that free. Oxy tried to reverse it. Missick comes across. Gets it up to the point. Kept in by Fabrizio. Short side shot turned aside by Hubbard. Puck comes around to the near side. Pollen down the boards. Near side Missick. Missick reverses. Cuts back but loses it off his stick. Hooking is going to go. Yep. Missick's going to go for the hook. And we'll get a whistle as he was up in the hands far too long there. Hawks need to stay out of the box as they give up another power play chance. 5th power play for the Locomotive through 2 periods. Made us pay on one of them. Huge kill here. Missing Mahalik on the ice for these shorthanded opportunities. But Sexton stepping in, doing the job as the Hawks win it and get it up and out and down ice. That's the other thing is you don't need to be as aggressive on the PK. Here you want to make sure you play aggressive in your own end and then ultimately get clears quickly. Pierce hands that one off, gets it back as he's the quarterback for this group. Shot from that side, up over the top and in. And you got a 2-2 hockey game. 2 power play goals given up by the Hawks. And they see the Carmichael lead evaporate. And the Locomotive are juiced as LHA fires one up under the bar from the far side. I don't know what went on there, if that got deflected. Bell looked like he was down. So I don't know if that went up off a stick or that was up over the shoulder under the bar. So the Hawks need to wake up and get going here as the Locomotive have them on their heels. Locomotive get that one out of their own end, tapped off a stick. Heersing back to play it. He'll reverse it near side Ostad. Ostad back for Heersing. Heersing absorbs contact. Nice breakout, finds Ripley. Shot just wide on the far side. Beautiful stretch pass made there. Hawks tap it back loose off a skate. Ostad trying to get that ahead. He was looking for Missick. He goes off the skate of Ripley and fortuitous bounce pays off there for the Locomotive. Locomotive back up high at the point. Turnover. Ripley again. He's got a break. Backhand shot. Just wide. That goes off the stick. Body down. And we're going to get a whistle. And off he goes. I'm not sure what it's for. But LHA is going to the box. And I'm really not sure what that's for. Is he going to call interference? But I thought Missick, the puck was in the area. Interference is the call. If I was a Locomotive, I probably wouldn't appreciate that call because the puck was in his feet. But regardless, we'll take the power play chance. Hawks need to get set up and get something going here. Face-off won by Sexton, near side Missick. I feel like the Hawks are being a little bit too deliberate. They're holding pucks a little bit too long. Here's the pass. Oh, you want that on there. He loose in front. Chipped on the short side. Still loose. Still loose. Finally covered by Hubbard. Hawks, Missick couldn't find the loose puck. But I like that cross-crease pass. But it was whistling and Missick couldn't control it. Hawks still get a look. We're going to face up on the near side here. 1:41 left on the power play. He throws them both out. Because both guys on the near side jumped it. I would have thought he would just send them back. But Ripley will come up with Pierce to take a draw. That gets flipped up. Glove down by Heersing controlled. Heersing walks high. Waits, nobody near side, throws it towards the net. Loose. Woo! Hubbard didn't control it, but then gets it covered. .131 left here in the power play for the Hawks. Really could use one here to regroup and gain control of this game again. Good play up high. Heersing. Cross-ice pass. Read by Lamson, but controlled by Missick. Missick through the middle for Ripley. Back out. Missick short side shot. Covered up by Hubbard. He needed to go up under the bar there, and I don't think that puck landed on the stick cleanly enough to put that up over the shoulder. But a nice look by Ripley, knowing he didn't have a shot on the left-handed stick. 1:15 left on the power play. Face off, one back, come near side Missick, fires off the outside of the far post. Sexton back up at his blue line, reverses, they give him room, he'll go back, find Heersink. Heersink, down low Missick, he's got room, fires, deflected. Hubbard never really saw the deflection, didn't know where it was going. Back behind, well played there by the Locomotive as they kick it loose, but down comes Missick, but good stick from Olsen, he gets it up and out of the zone. Heersink will reverse, take it back, and comes around and wheels and drives up through center ice. Heersink works wide, fires a shot, blocker down, gloved by Pierce. Good tap on. Hawks able to regain control. Ripley, loses it, but it'll go far side for Heersink. Heersink waits, reads the man, off the boards, chaps it loose, Spohn comes out. Back towards the middle, gloved up after the deflection off Ripley, ends up in the glove of Hubbard. 19 seconds left on the power play. Carmichael Oxenrider will come out along with Spohn. Need one more D on the back end. I don't know who we're getting. Uno más, por favor. And along comes Fabrizio. Oxenrider. One forward, Carmichael. Backhands that goes off of Spohn. Spohn will float one near side, sauce onto the stick of Pollen. Pollen fans, loses the puck. But returning the favor almost was Fallhaber. Fallhaber, though, gets it back. Chopped at by Fabrizio. Fallhaber there in support. He wants to get towards the front of the net. Back in behind, taken away by Cam. Fabrizio chips it up the boards. Two Locomotive there. They throw it back in, but the Hawks control. Turnover here by Carmichael. Quick transition. Good job by Fabrizio as he absorbs contact and gets the puck loose. Hawks don't get it out. Thrown in low, pad save made by Bell. Good back-checking work by Spohn, ties his man up. Hawks able to get it up and out. That could easily have been a little call there for Pollen. Probably tried to sell it a little bit too much. Now on the far side board, Spohn couldn't get it loose. Ref gets tied up. Hawks should take advantage. Oxenrider throws it towards the middle. Action watches that bounce back down low. Up in the air. LHA goes through Oxy and brings it ahead himself. That's his spot. He loves that shot. Whistles it up high. Thrown back down low. Covered up by Bell. And a whistle as digging in the glove was LHA, I believe. We'll get a face-off in the defensive zone. Hawks look tired to me.
The second period,
yeah.
They looked disputed.
Yep. I think they need to get re-energized here. Because we're 3:40 of the second in a 2-2 hockey game. Puck comes loose, up and out at center ice. Robertson couldn't quite control. Nice little move there by Messman, then fires a shot that is saved by Bell. No rebound. Defensive zone face-off now. Tied up in the skates, comes back to the point. Wyad's shot was wide of the net, but pushed aside by Bell anyway. Taylor tries to play that up the boards, too soft. Gets knocked off a leg and up and out. That will be no icing. They wave it. Wyad chased by Taylor. Far side Cardenas. Chips the body, gets the pass back. What's he going to call? Offsides? I'm going to say offsides. Yeah. Face-off comes down, jump forward. Could have been a tripping call. He does make it. And it's opportunity. Extra player might be coming to the ice as Locomotive back off and set up. Shot to flex up in the air off the backboards. Touched up by Taylor. And the Hawks will go off for a trip. Far too many minors in this game, boys. Don't want to be paying the price there. Stick penalties like that means you're not moving your feet. Power play number 6 for the Locomotive. Face off down on the skates, taken by the Hawks. Skated ahead. Get it deep. When in doubt, Mr. Heersink smartly peels back. Killing more time off the clock. Slips one. Now flips it up in the air and down ice. Oxen Rider on the near side waits. Yeah, see, I don't think we're quite anticipating, although we'll take that one. Ah, knocked off. Nice play by LHA. Gets that puck back because I thought Oxy could have gotten that deep. Look out, pass across the middle, turn to fire. Good stick. Slows things up. And now we're going to get a cross-checking call. Both. He's going to send Robertson. He doesn't put his hand up until after Robertson gets knocked down. Then he calls both of them. So matching cross checks. And it'll still be 5-on-4 hockey. Those won't go up on the board. So there'll be 2 minutes and a whistle, which might really just take them in the box at the end of the period. And we're at 2:08. Either way, Hawks still shorthanded here. And I'm sorry, that was Heersink, not Robertson. So Heersink's in the box. One of our big penalty killers on the back end. Puck chipped at by the Locomotive, thrown back up to the point for Pierce. Everything runs through him. Pierce goes far side, Lachak. Those two from the point. Pierce now trying to drive the middle. Shot down low. Deflected. Pad save. Backhand. Score. Allhaber sent that behind Bell to the far side post. And they run their power play with a man sitting on that low post. And the Hawks give a third power play goal up. And they're down 3-2 with 1:48 left in the second period. So back to 5-on-5 hockey. Face-off is down. Puck goes to the far side, Ripley. Ripley backhands that ahead. Chopped around. Down to play it. Hawks have control. He's holding in! Pull your head out, ref. You're standing right there and your partner had to make the call. Sauce! Oh, Nissick hammers that over the top. Power play chance for the Hawks. We got to put one in. Absolutely have to have one right here. 1:14 left. It's technically going to be 4-on-4 hockey for... No. It should just be 5-on-4 hockey, excuse me. They just didn't clear the board there. It's 5-on-4. It's not 5-on-3. It's not 5-on-3. It's 5-on-4. As their power play goal brought things back to even strength. .56 seconds left on the matching minors before they get out. Hold on, we got a whistle. What's the matter? 25 seconds should be gone. You got to clear that. That 25 has nothing to do with anything. That should be off the board. That should be taken off, but he doesn't know how to run the clock. Face-off comes down. In the skates. Challenge. Hawks do get control. Find Cardenas. Cross-ice pass on the backhand. Spode finds him. Deflected down low. Snap shot by Pollen. Whistles way high. Chipped off the boards. Nobody home down in the corner. Flipped it up. Goes off the ref. Hawks turn it over. Fallhaber. Quick shot. Pad save made by Bell. Hawks need to regroup here. 39 seconds on the power play. Need to get to the net. Cardenas walks it on. Can't go through three. Should have dropped that back to Spone. But the Hawks still get control. Cross ice pass should have come. But nobody home. Oxenrider picks it up. He works high. Penalty. Another delayed penalty coming. Shot low. Pad save. And the whistle comes in. And the penalty call will be Pierce. Going to the box. These guys, these refs have had their hands up a lot. Now you got a 5-on-3 for 15 seconds. And one of their best players in the box. Hawks need to take advantage here. Hawks face off, pulled loose, high to the point. 10 seconds, still got time to get set up. Back high, look for it. Near side shot, turn down low. Gotta have bodies crash. 2 seconds, 1 second, they'll go to the break. But they will get Heersing back for the 46 seconds of the 5-on-3 after the ice make. So I think we're going to the ice make here. Yep, as they'll come out. Hawks trailing 3-2, but with a 5-on-3 for 46 seconds coming out of the break at the start of the third. So we'll see you guys shortly. And Hawks are down 3-2. Back in 10 minutes. All right, everybody, welcome back. As the Hawks and the Locomotive come back on the ice for the start of the third period. Hawks trailing 3-2 after 3 second period power play goals. Locomotive 3 for 6 on the power play in the second period. Those are pretty good numbers, and that'll put you in the lead in most games. So Hawks need to clean things up. Recognize they're in a one-goal game with a 5-on-3 opportunity here for 46 seconds to level the playing field early in the third period, which is exactly what I'm sure Littleton's coaches were preaching in the locker room. So now the question is, can we bring that energy response in the third period? Because that was a pretty flat second period, driven a lot by the time in the box. Hawks are coming. Bell will head to the crease. Hawks are 5-on-3. They win it back. 44 seconds, so a little bit of urgency coming out as you want to push it. Missick will work wide on Fallhaber. Got to go low and then find some space to get set up as they go up high. Sexton waits, finds Heersink. Heersink cross-ice shot off the mask on a great save and a good cross-ice feed from Heersink. 20 seconds, push it. As Sexton knows he's got 15 to get going. He goes wide again, waits, now pulls back. Hawks cross-ice onto the stick, handed off for Ripley up high. Heersink rips one, blocked. Hawks control, chapped low. Sexton comes up, man comes out of the box. Cross-ice pass goes through everybody. Opportunity for the Locomotive, and they get it out. Feed that ahead. Good tap on for Heersink. Tried to center. Unable to control was B-Rob. And that gets flipped up and out. 38 seconds left on the power play. Hawks got the look they wanted. Missick found the mask of Hubbard. Carmichael swings wide. Chipped up and out. Down ice. 20 seconds. Hawks watching their power play time evaporate. Heersink works around LHA. Flipped in off a skate. Cleared out far too easily. 5 seconds left. Not what we wanted coming out of the break. Too much individual skating. Missick, though, gets 2-3 shots at the apple. Taken down was Ripley, and then a fan from Fabrizio, and the Locomotive gets some liveliness out of that penalty kill for sure. Big chop! Wow! Big slash from LHA. Hello! Find the box. As he swings down, making contact with the high part of the stick, knocking it free from the hands of the skater. This is slashing for 2 minutes and into the box. Right back on the power play. See if we can create that chance. I love that cross-crease pass from Heersink. Here comes Oxenrider as he wins it off to the near side. Carmichael couldn't jump it. And it's banged out by the Locomotive. Oxenrider waits, pulls back, hands off. Carmichael, nice little touch pass to himself off the boards. His shot ricochets off the stick and off the back boards. Good work by Spone. That looked like a sure clear, and Spone creates the offensive zone control. Pollen, back off, Spone. Fires off the netminder, whistles around the near side and out. Pollen all the way back for it. Carmichael changes. Spone down the boards. He gets back checked hard by the Locomotive, but a good body. Hawks trying to control his oxy, gloved down and taken to the deep corner by Ripley onto the stick of Cardenas. Cardenas finds Rips. Cardenas found Spohn back there. Into the corner, Locomotive shielded off. Nice shot by Oxy. Tries to throw a low shot. It's loose.
That was loose.
Well, the one time the ref decides to make a call, it's when the puck's not frozen after all. Meanwhile, all the rest have been coming from his compadre. Here we go, 52 seconds left, and the power play unable to get set up. Face-off, taken back to the point, Heersink. He'll walk, looks, low, deflected, comes off a stick and out to the corner. Missick pulls it free. Missick fans on the cross-ice pass, regains. Shot goes off a stick up in the air behind for Ripley. Ripley comes out of the backside, looking out front, nobody home. They're packed in tight. That's why you want to go to the near side and then go to the point. Puck comes down off the side of the net. Missick back to corral it. Hands off for Heersink. 20 seconds left on the power play. Heersink swings wide, gains the zone. Cross-ice pass, too much mustard. No deflection there for Robertson. Walk, back down. Now look. Shot. Save made. .12:48, back to even strength hockey. Offensive zone face-off here for the Hawks. Face-off comes back to the point. Taylor, low shot, deflected up, picked up, shot, oh, wide! Spohn had a chance. And it gets through, and look out, breaking ahead. Shot goes off the pad and out to the far side. Bell well out to cut down the angle. Ping-ponging puck comes back towards Bell. He'll cover and hold for a whistle at 12:28. Hawks still trailing by 1 at 12:28 of the third period. Carmichael's face-off. Spohn tries to sweep it free. Taylor back on it. Taylor comes off to the near side. Fights through. Tapped loose to the point. Gets up and out. Locomotive control. Puck thrown off the man and in deep. Deflected. So no icing there. Taylor loses that puck. Comes up and out of the zone. Locomotive regroup at their own blue line. Defenseman wheels to carry it in. Taken off the puck there by Spohn. Spohn chops that up in the air, gloved down by the Locomotive. Nice little defensive play. Puck is being battled for and turned over right and left in the neutral zone. Now that rims around. Ray, get on your horse. There you go, Carter. Carter knocks it in the zone. Back down low, where's his puck support? Puck gets knocked down, comes up and out of the zone. Taylor regroups to the near side, Ray. Ray through the middle, though. Too much mustard off the stick of Carmichael, goes into the zone. And a nice turnover gift from the Locomotive, but they get it right back. Hawks close that down. Throw it back through the middle. Good work for Robertson. Robertson trying to maintain pressure. Puck support's just not there. Near side Olsen. Olsen stepped up on. Nice play by Pollen. Fabrizio gives that one loose for Pollen back in behind the cage. Sexton will flip that up in the air. Played by the netminder. Offsides on the Hawks. Off. I believe it's offsides, or is it a penalty? Must be a penalty. No, he's calling it off, but he let him play at. I don't get that one. That was strange. But needless to say, we're confused, but play on. Centering pass, good deflection off a skate. Hawks starting to get to their feet, but still not quite finding the play. Offsides is Missick, but taken away by Ripley. Hands that one back off for Oxy, and now Ripley walks it in. Shoestring on two of them, and then up off the netminder, but nobody again out front as Missick came out to the corner. And we're going to have a icing and a face-off in the offensive zone, but that's what we got to be mindful of, where we are without the puck. Auction Rider will take a draw here. Face-off win comes to the point off the stick of Ripley. Here Sink fires, save made by the netminder. Puck is down, goes around to the far side corner. Back in behind the net, Halder battling. Ash goes in with the D-man. Digging for it as Halder continues to challenge. So no step up from here, Sink. Breaking out. They go far side. Cross ice pass. Drag through. Good job by Ostad. Back out high at the top. Good step up with the stick by Spone. Good defensive play by Tyson. He gets chopped at. Held. Where's the grab? He put the arm on the shoulder. That should be an automatic holding call. Spone gets it. Walks in. Pad save. Big angle cut down by the netminder Hubbard. Played out. Locomotive chasing back. Cardenas is there. Nate goes hard off the boards, but to the Locomotive in neutral zone ice. Thrown in on Bell. He'll slow that up for Hearsay. He'll wheel. He finds room. He wants to go. Cardenas wanted the advance pass. Now it's too late. He's frozen out at the blue line. Down the near side boards comes Sexton. He can't get a piece. The Hawks are chasing a little. 8:09 left. Puck thrown out front. Tapped at by the Locomotive. They backhanded towards Bell. He'll cover and get a whistle. 8:02. It's a 3-2 hockey game. Sexton's face-off. Robertson again jumps it just a smidge, but I like the energy. Digging forward in the skates. Ray comes up with it, chips that up and out. Cardenas goes on the far side. Cardenas, wanted to backhand it out front, didn't get good wood on it. Good keep by Carter Ray. Ray shot, deflects off a couple of bodies, knocked down, never got through to the net. Hustling behind, Olsen wanted the stretch, didn't get it. Good D by Carter Ray again, flips that up and out. That gets thrown back in by the Locomotive. Taylor comes out to the near side. Look out, turn over to Pierce. Good job by B-Rob, and he'll push it. Gotta go! Offsides. And we're going to have a whistle and a face-off outside the zone as they didn't see the hand up. Ripley looking for that breakout, but just a step on the wrong side of the blue. So it's 7:14, time ticking away. Hawks need an equalizer. Face-off comes down, shipped off the boards. Missick comes down, comes around the near side, let go by Ripley onto the stick of Fabrizio. Ripley centers off, but nobody's home. Cam gloves it down, but controlled by the Locomotive as it's thrown to the near side. Oxy takes it himself behind the cage. Hands that one back off for Pollen. Pollen waits. Oh, he could have gone up ice there. Hey, you got to get on the far side. Somebody's got to give him an outlet. Thank you. Oxenrider down the boards on the far side. Knocked loose and out of the zone. As the Locomotive continue to keep pucks deep in the defensive zone of the Hawks. Chipped off a body and into the bench. We'll have a whistle and a face-off in the defensive zone. Here comes Carmichael for a face-off outside the blue line. Interesting they took that outside. That probably should stay in. Fabrizio on the backhand. Gets it knocked free and down in the zone. It stays. Collins shields off it. You can see the hustle coming from the Locomotive. They're just working harder. Now there's the chance. Tapped on. Hawks looking for a bounce. And they find it. And Carmichael can't find the net. He finds the chest of Hubbard. .558. Face off in the offensive zone for Sexton. Sexton tries to kick it to himself in the skates. Good job by by Cardenas stepping up to keep that in. But that gets deflected up and out. Goes off of a Hawk stick all the way down ice. Thrown out front. Man's cutting. Covered up there by Hearsay. Deflected towards the net. Goes wide of Bell. Played up to the point. Locomotive. Good job by Cardenas to get it out. Nate working. He's held. Come on! Hawks forced the turnover. Knocked in low. Puck back down into the Hawks zone. Shot, deflects, comes off the near side. And gets knocked down. Ostead rims it, but nobody on the far side point. We need possession, boys. Down to 5 minutes. There's the stretch pass. Well played. LHA. Nice save off the glove of Bell. And into the screen and out of play. .454 left. Hawks trailing 3-2. Who can step up here and make a difference? LHA shot. Gloved up. We'll have a face-off to the near side dot again. Face-off won back by Oxenrider. Taylor is there. Taylor through the middle. Perfect timing. Now the headman pass should have gone on. See, that's where it's got to come off your stick, and you got to hit the man that's flashing. That should have been a one-on, one-off, and Missick should have had the zone. Oxenrider chats with Ripley. Back it comes onto the stick of Taylor. Down the boards it goes. Missick's got to be there first. Coasting in, got to skate. Constantly working, boys. Nope. Puck turned over onto the stick of the Locomotive. Locomotive shot. LHA sends it all the way around the far side. There's a chance for Ripley. Doesn't get around the man. Taylor off to the near side. LHA shot. Blocked by the stick of Taylor. Petrovic tries to tie it up. He goes to battle with Missick. Missick takes it from him. Shields him off of the body. Missick brings it on. We got to have people going with the puck. Missick to the front of the net. Goes down. And we're going to have a whistle as the net's off. Goalies shook up. Missick did a good job avoiding the netminder there as he cut across the crease. That should be an offensive zone faceoff, and it will be for the Hawks, who need an equalizer with 3:56 left here in the third period. Faceoff's down on the skates, onto the stick of Spohn. Short side shot, deflects high. Oh, and then a ricochet off the boards. That was a hometown bounce for sure. Fabrizio, though, good job slowing the man up, and Cam will play it off behind. Area pass, though, goes all the way around. Halder can't find it. Through the middle, misses everyone. That'll be icing and a whistle at 3:30. Or just let it run. Just let the clock run, why don't you? 5 extra seconds. Face off down through the middle. Good battle. Cardenas working. Nate trying to find it in the skates. Fabrizio comes up in support. It goes into the bench and out of play. Face off on for Pierce. Pierce tries to work the far side. Chopped down, but controlled. Looking for Pierce out front. Instead, it goes through everyone and back down ice. Slowed up by Hubbard, but still time bleeding off the clock as the Hawks don't have possession. There's the turnover you needed. Working down low. Carmichael, though, blows an edge. And that gives Locomotive a chance to get it up and out of the zone. Look out, Fallhaber, back, he'll get it back again. Good poke check by Bell. Stretch that. No, doesn't find Robertson. Now he might, nope, too late. But Robbie does a good job picking it up. Now turned over, knocked off his stick. As we're just not moving pucks to the right areas, giving them a chance to defend and take pucks away. Good job by Paulin stepping up. Takes Pierce down. Missick to the front of the net. Swallowed up by Hubbard. How's it? Yeah, go low power mode. It'll still broadcast. Man, why is this thing burnt so much juice? I was at 100% when I got here.
Oh, really?
Holy crap. There must be something else running that I didn't realize. Here we go, 2:13.
Yeah, I'm a little off.
It's okay. Face off, back and behind. Puck comes loose on the near side. Ostad gets it free. Carmichael can't control. Far side, look out, shot score. And that'll do it. The Hawks go down 4-2. With a minute 58 left. This will be good for the Hawks. They need to take a loss like this and realize you got to work throughout a game, period to period. You can't rely on talent, thinking you're going to out-talent a team. You'll get outworked every time. And that has been the case today, as second and third period have been owned by the Locomotive. And too many penalties, too many power plays, and the Hawks are seeing themselves go down 4-2. .143 left. Hawks need 2. One forward. Ostad chips it up past Ripley, goes off a stick and down. Two bodies come together. Why did that hand go up? Why? What? I tell you, man. Sexton may have just bought himself a suspension. Should know better. We know who that. We've seen this ref for far too long. There's just no reason to get into it with him. He loves to hate on Littleton. You don't need to give him a reason. 131. I thought that was a terrible call as they went in shoulder to shoulder. It was a horrific call. I totally understand Sexton complaining, but the bottom line is you can't beef the ref over and over when you know who the ref is. You just can't. You got to shut your mouth, take your 2 minutes and move on, especially when your team is down. So it's a tough one. But the Hawks are going to watch themselves be on the PK for the remainder of this minute 10. Down 4-2. Bell makes the save, winding down to 1 minute. Ostad, fans on the clear. Wow. Save made by Bell, short side. Olsen, worked back in the boards by Hirschi. Who'd he call now? You missed the late hit and you call that. You are worthless. Absolutely worthless. Worthless. .45 seconds left. Puck near side, Olsen. Out of play. .38 seconds left. Face-off one, taken by Olsen on the near side. He'll go back to the high point. Puck in off. LHA, shot, score, Olsen. Save made by Bell, but it came out of the glove. And tossed across by LHA to Olsen. Olsen buries the 5-on-3 goal to make it 5-2. On two very questionable calls by the ref. Face off down. Carmichael kicks it to himself, brings it into the zone. Sends it down and around behind. Far side, 22 seconds left. Puck thrown ahead by Taylor. Cardenas will go down the boards with the D-man. Thrown in behind by the Locomotive. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. And that'll do it. Hawks go down 5-2. And I think 9 power plays probably tells the story.
2 5-on-3.
And 2 5-on-3s. But the coaches are needed to get with the group before we go out of town next week. And practice this week is going to have to be heavy on understanding responsibilities, defensive zone coverage. And let's face it, you take those many penalties, it's usually because you're not moving your feet well enough. And you take bad penalties. And regardless of how many bad calls the refs may have made, bottom line is we gave up far too many power play opportunities and we paid the price. and the Hawks lose 5-2. We will see you guys from New Jersey starting on the 21st, 10 a.m. game against the Arizona Bobcats. See you guys then.
I still consider that a meaningless game. Oh, sorry. So, this nuisance. Thanks, brother.